Hi guys, my name is Max Götzl and in today's video I will show you how to replace the gears on the Team Savox SB-3262 low profile servo. Let's get right into it. The tools you will need for this one is the Phillips head screwdriver. You will need some grease for the gears. You will need the gear set itself, and I suggest to use some tweezers. For example, right here I use the ones from Hoodie to take the gears in and out, as well as the pins. Let's go. Alright, let's start with disassembling the servo itself. So we will take the Phillips head screwdriver. I have one from Hoodie here, and carefully remove all of the screws. As these screws are in the aluminum case, they are secured with thread lock, so it will be a little more difficult to take them out, but it's all possible. Just make sure not to strip the head. Alright, now we will try to keep the servo in one piece and just take the upper part of the servo off. So I'm usually holding the upper gear and pressing the sides of the upper part so I can actually take it off. As you can see, there are no pins left in the upper part of the servo case, so we will just put this one aside and we will move to removing the gears. Here, let's start with removing each of the gears. I will put it here on the side. For the last gear here, I actually suggest to remove this pin to be then able to remove the gear much easier. So you just take the pliers, remove this pin, put it here on the side, and now we can easily remove this gear. Let's put it on the side, and now we finish up with removing the biggest gear. What I like to do here is to have this marked dot facing this hole right here. So when I take this one off, I am sure when I put the new one in, I will put it in the exact same way. So let's press it out and put the older gears on the side. What I like to do is to leave the gears in order in which I will put them back in, so I can be 100% sure I'm not mixing anything, and it just makes the job much easier. Now let's take out the old pins as well and put them on the side. Just like that. And let's take out the new gears. So here we have the part number for the replacement gears and pins as well. Let's take out the pins of the small bag. And as first we will insert the pins into the case and spread out the gears as they will then go into place into the case. And we can put the older ones on the side. Now let's insert the pins into the case. So let's do it just like that. Now we need to make sure the pins are pressed in fully, so they should be leveled. Each of them should be on the same level. And now what we'll do is to insert the biggest gear as first. As I mentioned, have the marked dot facing the hole in the case. And also we need to make sure to, first of all, have it completely clean, but at the same time you can see the size, the hole inside the gear should fit here on the servo case. So let's press it on just like that. Now what I will do is to put the gear in first before inserting the pin. So this way it can get into place much easier. Now let's press the pin in. You can actually do it by hand, but if you want to be sure it's fully pressed in, I use the pliers again to make all the pins leveled. And now let's continue with inserting the rest of the gears. So let's put the first gear in, continue with the second. Always make sure everything is spinning freely, and finish up with the last gear. All the gears should fall into place using just your hands, so there should be not too much force used to press them in. Everything should fall in and should be running very smooth. So now let's get to the critical part, is closing the servo case. Before we close it, we need to apply some grease on the gears. Remember, the grease should not be too liquid, it should be quite thick, so it can actually stay on the gears when they are running. So let's put a little bit of grease all around all the gears, except of the one on the top, which is for the servo horn. And now we will finish up this process with closing the upper case. So let's put the hole over the highest gear right here, and we need to make sure the pins fit into place into the holes in the servo upper case. It should fall into place easily, just like this. Not too much force should be applied. So as we can see, the servo is perfectly close, and now we can finish up with inserting the screws. Again, using the Phillips head screwdriver to screw them in. Now let's finish up tightening the screws. We should tighten them fully, but do not over tighten, not strip the head of the screw, as well as not to bend any of the internal components. If you want to be 100% sure the screws will not come loose, you can reapply a little bit of thread lock on each of the threads of the 4 screws. And right here we have the completely assembled servo back in one piece, and it's ready to be put back in the RC vehicle. So this was a quick video on how to change the gear set on the SB-3262 servo from Team Savox. I hope you found this information useful. If you still need any other help or need some advice, feel free to reach out and I will try to help as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.